those studio gangsters out there.
No, wait. I just want to define it for Middle America, a studio gangster.
Somebody that's not real, they go in the studio and all of a sudden become hard when they used to do dance music.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Tonight, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth under fire for reportedly sharing U.S. military attack details in a second signal chat.
They will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department.
Pete Hegseth aiming for accuracy and missing.
Who's going to win this battle with the lumberjacks? That's what's up next.
Precision and ferocity of the War Department.
If you watch Pete Hegseth in any press conference or speech, it feels like he's living in a podcast pro universe, where every single soundbite he gave feels like he rehearsed in front of a mirror. Every pause is dramatic, every word is heavy, like he's trying hard to look something that he isn't.
We are not defenders anymore. We are warriors.
The Financial Times is reporting that a broker for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth contacted BlackRock Investments about making a multi-million-dollar investment in major defense companies right before the U.S. strikes on Iran. That's according to 3 people familiar with the matter.
But the more you watch, the more it feels like a performance over substance. He tries so hard to sound tough, but it comes off less like a leadership and more like a cheap theatrics from average TV host, aka studio gangster. On one hand, you hear rhetoric about turning United States Department of Defense into Department of War, but when it comes to real life world conflicts, like tensions with Iran, this administration only talk tough on TV. And what is the purpose of using a name Department of War when you're trying really hard to downplay an actual war by calling it military operation for Iran and enforcement action for Venezuela?
Isn't that amazing?
That is where you can see through this tough guy cosplay. On February 28th, the United States and Israel attacked Iran.
Fire and destruction across the Middle East this Saturday night after the U.S. and Israel unleashed a massive joint strike on Iran, delivering on Donald Trump's threats against the regime.
They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions,
killing their supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, and other top leaders.
Reports tonight that Iran's supreme leader has been killed.
And then we all know what happened next. Gulf nations are facing drone and missile attack from Iran. Iran blocked Strait of Hormuz for hostile countries, and price of gas jumped over $100 a barrel. 13 US soldiers lost their life. Many Iranian soldiers and civilians lost their lives or their loved ones. Attack on girls' school took lives of many innocent kids. Then a US submarine sunk Iranian battleship in the Indian Ocean, claimed the life of around 100 Iranian soldiers who were returning from naval exercise from India. But for Pete Hegseth, it was another clown show, where he presented his big boy speech.
The Iranian Navy rests at the bottom of the Persian Gulf. Combat ineffective, decimated, destroyed, defeated, pick your adjective. In fact, last night, we sunk their prize ship, the Soleimani. Looks like POTUS got him twice. Their Navy, not a factor. Pick your adjective, it is no more. In fact, yesterday, in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death.
It's questioning that this war started around the same time, when some powerful people were getting arrested or let go from positions of power after the release of Epstein files.
Now known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, he was taken into custody in Norfolk just a short while ago. He is accused of allegedly sharing confidential information with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Breaking news in London, where a former UK ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, was just arrested on suspicion of misconduct while in public office.
Now people are more worried about cost of living rather than what is hidden in those unreleased Epstein files. And many people are still walking free who were involved in this Epstein crime ring. Now getting back to Pete Hegseth. I don't think there's any doubt that how incompetent and ignorant he is. Iran shot down US airplane with 0% air defense.
They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force.
U.S. sources confirmed to CNN that an American fighter jet has been shot down over Iran. and a desperate and very dangerous search and rescue mission for the crew is now underway.
Imagine what they would do if they had their 100% air defense capabilities. Pete Hegseth is claiming that the US is winning this war. Oh, my bad. Military operation. It is a war, but we can't say it. But Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Same regime still ruling Iran with much more hardline and young leader. Countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Philippines are facing severe shortages of gas. Europe, US, and Canada are also staring into rising gas prices and grocery prices. But for Pete Hegseth, this is the victory worlds need. Economies were struggling prior with Russia and the Ukraine conflict, but now we have one more fight pushing world economy straight into recession. As I'm making this video, the peace talk between US and Iran in Islamabad fell short to get permanent peace in the Middle East. Israel is still bombing Lebanon without caring about opposition from many world leaders. I'm not even going to talk about international law, NGOs, doesn't matter to them at this point. And now we are living in a world where the United States president made a threat to wipe out a whole civilization or bomb them to Stone Age. Pete Hegseth might be preparing for his next tough guy talk or tough guy speech, where he's going to come to podium to throw some tough words or baby tantrums.
His Secretary of Defense is today a global laughingstock after quoting a fake Bible verse.
Blessed is he who, in the name of camaraderie and duty, shepherd the lost through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children.
Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children.
Now, it's so bad that the Pentagon is admitting it today.
We have people in power that doesn't care about anything. They don't care about international law. They don't care about the death of civilians. It is a one social media tweet for them, and hundreds of people are just dead or buried in grounds. This is the dangerous world we are living in. If the nuclear options comes on the table, they all have shelters, but we are just too wayward. Collateral damage.